This is the News Source 19 Weekend Report.
This was the scene in downtown La Crosse early this morning following the 14th annual Coon Creek Canoe Races. Good evening, everyone. La Crosse police arrested dozens of people during that riot, which happened on 3rd Street. It ended when a crowd of people overturned a police car and set it on fire, prompting police to use tear gas. Reporter Dave Soley and photographer Tom Murphy were there and have this report.
This is what it looked like on 3rd Street about 2:30 this morning. After about a half hour, the police line broke and the crowd moved into the street. As the group moved toward Main Street, police broke out riot gear and kept the crowd from moving any further north. Soon thereafter, and about a block and a half south of the new police line, a smaller group from the crowd was engaged in tipping over an unmarked police car, and this scene followed. Police dispensed tear gas to disperse the crowd.
It's like 3 blocks away. We still feel like that.
While the car continued to burn, business owners were trying to protect their buildings. The squad burned for about 15 minutes before firefighters arrived. By about 3:45 this morning, police were preparing to haul the car away. Police made more than 60 arrests last night and this morning. They are holding one person in connection with the car fire. At last report, there were no major injuries. In La Crosse, with photographer Tom Murphy, Dave Soley, News Source 19.
And we'll have more on the riot tomorrow night at 6. In Coon Valley today, though, the second day of the Coon Creek Canoe Races and Festivals continued as planned. For the past 3 years, crowds have gathered in downtown La Crosse after the first day of the event. But one official says event organizers have no real position about what happens in downtown La Crosse. Brad Bauer says most of the time, festival organizers are making sure the atmosphere in Coon Valley is maintained. Following an interview earlier today with Bauer, he made a statement which indicates, quote, "We have had one of the most successful events in the 14-year history of our festival. While we regret the incidents which have occurred in downtown La Crosse, we would like to call your attention to the fact that we are over 15 miles away and that we have shut down our festival at least 7 hours prior to the gathering of people in downtown La Crosse. We, as a corporation, have been in contact with the La Crosse Police Department and city officials since May of 1990 and have offered any and all assistance to both Chief Marco and Captain
After
Reaver."
a final blast of tear gas from the police. Right now, they're just starting to clean up the debris that litters the streets, and so the riot that everyone thought was going to happen did happen. And that brings up the question, is there going to be a third riot next year in La Crosse? John Fisher, Newswatch 8.
The latest reports from La Crosse police say one juvenile believed to have been involved in overturning the police car is now in custody. Police are still searching for the person who started the fire and others involved in vandalizing the vehicle. Well, now, in the aftermath of this morning's riot, speculation has been raised as to the future of the Coon Creek Canoe Race and Festival. The problems of the previous 3 years have become known unofficially as the Coon Creek Riots. The spokesman for the Coon Creek Canoe Race and Festival says that title could damage their reputation and is just plain unwarranted.
As far as us at the event, we do nothing here to fuel any kind of atmosphere for that kind of behavior, and we highly discourage it. The association between our event and what happens down there is very negative on our event, and we try to promote the positives of our event. We distributed an economic impact survey that we had done last year, trying to demonstrate to the community just what kind of money that we bring in to help the community.
Festival officials say there are still 3 years left in their agreement with the G. Heileman Brewing Company, which is their major sponsor. Despite the violence, some area bar owners say the weekend is actually good for the local economy.
It was pretty wild, but business was up probably triple as far as the bar goes the night it was. But yeah, this does get out of hand here. I'm not sure how they could have controlled it.
No, I think it's a good thing to have, but I think that they need to educate the people that are out there at the festival on what the law enforcement reaction is going to be to the people that are going to be breaking the law.
Last night, many bar owners doubled and tripled the amount of business they did compared to that of a normal
Estimated to be
Saturday
about
night.
2,000 gathered downtown after the bars closed. They got rowdy, and before it was all over, police had to use tear gas to regain order. 2 officers were hurt in the melee. Last year, a riot also broke out following the annual Coon Creek Canoe Race.
On Sunday morning shows rioters burning a police car and overturning other cars. Thousands of partygoers were in town for an annual canoe race. Police used this video to arrest one man they say set the squad car on fire. Charges against those arrested include disorderly conduct, public consumption, unlawful assembly, criminal damage to property, resisting arrest, and arson. 3 officers were injured slightly. The mayor today said the Coon Creek Canoe Race Festival will have to change the way it operates or it will not be held in the future.
144 people were arrested and there was $23,000 in damage, including a police car that was flipped over and burned. The Crosse police say they're now reviewing videotape from local TV stations, business owners, and residents to identify suspects who joined in the melee. Many were from out of town and had been attending the annual Coon Creek canoe races. The riot began after closing time at the Crosse bar.
Of a riot that hurt 3 of that city's police officers. This rioting erupted after the bars closed at 2 a.m. Saturday night. Many of the people were in town after the Coon Creek canoe races and festival, which took place near La Crosse. The mayor of La Crosse says if changes aren't made, he'll make sure the festival doesn't take place again.
Make some changes and some adjustments and you clean it up, and if you can't or aren't willing to do that, then it should end.
This is the 3rd time the festival ended with trouble. 144 people were arrested early Sunday. Police had to use tear gas in order to break up their riot.